Have you ever felt like your body just doesn't bounce back as quickly as it used to? Maybe that stubborn cold hangs around for weeks instead of days. Or you just seem to pick up every little bug going around. It can feel frustrating, can't it? Like your own built-in shield isn't quite as strong as it once was. We often think of aging in terms of wrinkles or creaky joints, but there's a profound shift happening beneath the surface, within the very system designed to protect us, our immune system. It's a reality that as we pass the age of 65, our immune defenses naturally begin to change. It's not about failure, it's just part of the body's journey. But understanding how it changes is the first step to supporting it effectively. It's not something to fear, but something to understand so we can work with our bodies, not against them. In this video, we're going to look at 6 specific things that happen to your immune system after the age of 65. Knowing these shifts can help you make simple, practical choices to keep your defenses as robust as possible. Stick around to the very end, because I'll share something that might truly surprise you about how much control you still have. Now, let's get right into these changes. Starting with one of the most fundamental shifts that happens within your body's defense headquarters. One of the first things we notice is that the main players, the immune cells themselves, become a little less enthusiastic, if you will. Think of your immune system as a highly trained army with different divisions. One crucial division is the T cells, which are like the special forces. They directly attack infected cells and regulate the immune response. A significant change that happens with age is that the thymus gland, a small organ behind your breastbone where T cells mature and are trained, starts to shrink and produce fewer new T cells. This process is called thymic involution. What does this mean in practical terms? Well, imagine your Special Forces division starts recruiting fewer new, young, highly adaptable soldiers. The existing soldiers, the T cells you've had for a long time, are great at remembering past enemies they fought. Think of them as having a detailed database of past infections you've had or vaccines you've received. This is why you might still have decent immunity to illnesses you encountered years ago. But when a brand new virus or bacteria comes along, one your body has never seen before, those fewer new T cells and the older, less diverse population of existing T cells aren't quite as quick or effective at mounting a completely novel defense. They might take longer to identify the new threat and build the specific weapons needed to fight it. This is part of the reason why older adults can be more susceptible to new infections they haven't been exposed to before, or why new strains of viruses can be particularly challenging. It's not that the system shuts down. It just becomes a bit less agile and proactive against the unknown. Another related change involves the quality of the T cells that are still circulating. Not only are there fewer new ones, but the existing ones can become a bit worn out or dysfunctional. Some T cells become what are called exhausted T cells. They've been around a long time, maybe fighting chronic low-grade inflammation, which we'll touch on later, and they lose some of their ability to respond vigorously when needed. Others might start to misfire or become less precise in their targeting. Think of soldiers who have been on continuous patrol for decades. They might still be on duty, but their reflexes might be slower, and their ability to coordinate a complex attack less sharp. They might also start causing a bit of friendly fire, contributing to inflammation. This decline in T cell function is a major contributor to what scientists call immunosenescence, the gradual aging of the immune system. It means the signals between immune cells might not be as clear. The speed at which they multiply to fight off an invader is reduced, and their ability to kill infected cells or coordinate help from other immune players isn't as robust. So, while your body remembers how to fight off the measles you had as a child, it might struggle more with a new, aggressive flu strain or a novel virus. This highlights why things like staying up to date with vaccines, especially those for illnesses like the flu, pneumonia, and shingles, becomes incredibly important after 65. Vaccines introduce your older, less agile immune system to a weakened or inactive version of a threat in a controlled way. giving it a chance to develop some level of memory and defense without having to fight the full-blown illness. It's like giving your seasoned soldiers a heads-up and a training drill on a new enemy before they encounter them in a real battle. Moving beyond the T cells, the other major arm of your adaptive immune system involves B cells. These are the cells responsible for producing antibodies, those Y-shaped proteins that tag invaders like viruses and bacteria for destruction, and can also neutralize them directly. Think of antibodies as smart bombs or handcuffs for pathogens, just like T cells. B cell function also changes with age. The bone marrow, where B cells are produced, might generate slightly fewer new B cells, and the B cells themselves might become less effective at producing a wide variety of highly specific antibodies. Your body is constantly generating new B cells that can potentially recognize new threats. As you age, this generation slows down, and the existing pool of B cells might not be as diverse. Furthermore, the process by which B cells refine their antibodies to be super effective at targeting a specific pathogen, a process called affinity maturation, becomes less efficient. This means the antibodies produced might not bind as tightly to the invader, making them less potent. So, your body still makes antibodies, but they might be fewer in number, less varied, and less effective at neutralizing the threat. This diminished antibody response is another reason vaccine effectiveness can sometimes be slightly lower in older adults compared to younger people. Although vaccines are still crucial and very beneficial because even a reduced response is better than no specific response at all when faced with a dangerous pathogen. It means your body might not build as strong or as long-lasting protection after an infection or vaccination. It underscores the importance of booster shots and ensuring you have adequate nutrition and rest to give your B cells the best possible chance to do their job. Think of it as needing to provide your antibody factories with all the necessary raw materials and energy to keep running as smoothly as possible, even if the machinery is a bit older. The efficiency of these factories starts to dip, requiring more careful support from you, beyond the T cells and B cells, which are part of the adaptive immune system, the one that learns and remembers. We also have the innate immune system. This is your body's first line of defense, a rapid, non-specific response that includes things like physical barriers, skin, mucus, and cells like macrophages and neutrophils that engulf and destroy invaders. While some components of the innate system remain relatively stable with age, their function can also be altered. For instance, neutrophils, which are usually the first responders to bacterial infections, might be slower to arrive at the site of infection and less effective at killing the bacteria once they get there. Macrophages, which clean up debris and present pieces of invaders to T cells helping activate the adaptive response, might become less efficient at both of these tasks. Think of the innate system as the initial police force responding to a disturbance. With age, the patrol cars might take a bit longer to get there, and the officers might be slightly less effective at subduing the situation quickly. This slower initial response can give pathogens more time to establish themselves and multiply before the adaptive immune system kicks into high gear. It also means that the signal sent from the innate system to wake up and direct the adaptive system might be weaker or less clear, leading to a less coordinated overall response. This can manifest as infections taking longer to clear or being more severe. It highlights the importance of preventing infections in the first place. Things like good hand hygiene, avoiding close contact with sick people, and keeping wounds clean become even more critical when your rapid response team isn't quite as quick or effective. Now, perhaps one of the most talked about aspects of immune aging, and something that affects both the innate and adaptive systems, is the development of chronic low-grade inflammation. Scientists have even coined a term for it, inflammaging. This isn't the obvious acute inflammation you see when you sprain your ankle or cut your finger. That's a healthy, necessary response to injury or infection. Inflammaging is a persistent, simmering level of inflammation throughout the body, often without obvious symptoms. It's thought to be caused by a combination of factors, including the accumulation of senescent cells that have stopped dividing but refuse to die, and instead hang around releasing inflammatory signals, changes in gut bacteria, and the general stress of years of exposure to various challenges. This chronic inflammation is like having a low-level alert constantly going off in your body. It can contribute to various age-related diseases, from heart disease and diabetes to neurodegenerative conditions. Crucially, this persistent background noise of inflammation can distract and exhaust your immune cells, making them less capable of responding effectively to actual threats like viruses or bacteria. It's like trying to hold a clear conversation in a room filled with constant, annoying background noise. Your ability to focus and communicate effectively is impaired. Immune cells constantly exposed to inflammatory signals become less sensitive to the specific signals they need to fight off an infection. This makes you more vulnerable to getting sick and can worsen the outcome when you do get sick. Managing this chronic inflammation through lifestyle choices becomes incredibly important. Things like maintaining a healthy weight, getting regular physical activity, even gentle exercise, managing stress, and eating a diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods like fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats can help turn down the volume on this constant background noise, allowing your immune system to better focus on real threats. Another area that sees significant changes with age is the complex ecosystem of microorganisms living in your gut, known as the gut microbiome. This might seem unrelated to your immune system, but actually, a huge portion of your immune cells reside in your gut-associated lymphoid tissue, and the gut microbiome plays a critical role in training and regulating your immune system. As we age, the diversity and composition of our gut bacteria often change. There tends to be a decrease in the beneficial bacteria and an increase in bacteria that can promote inflammation. This shift is influenced by diet, medication use, changes in digestive function, and potentially just the aging process itself. A less diverse or imbalanced gut microbiome can lead to impaired immune function. It can affect the development and activity of immune cells in the gut and send signals throughout the body that either promote health or contribute to inflammation and immune dysregulation. For example, beneficial gut bacteria help maintain the integrity of the gut lining, preventing unwanted substances from leaking into the bloodstream and triggering an immune response. When the gut microbiome is imbalanced, this barrier can become less effective, leading to a state often referred to as leaky gut, which further contributes to chronic inflammation. Furthermore, the gut microbiome produces beneficial compounds, like short-chain fatty acids, which have anti-inflammatory properties and fuel cells lining the gut. A decrease in these beneficial bacteria means fewer of these helpful compounds are produced. Supporting a healthy gut microbiome through dietary choices, incorporating plenty of fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and including fermented foods like yogurt or sauerkraut if you enjoy them, and they agree with you, can have a profound positive impact on your immune system, helping to keep that crucial gut-immune connection functioning well. It's like tending to a garden where your immune system plants can thrive, ensuring the soil is rich and supportive. Finally, let's talk about the cumulative effect of stress and lifestyle factors. While not a specific cellular or organ change like the others, the impact of long-term stress, poor sleep, inadequate nutrition, and lack of physical activity becomes increasingly significant as we age, amplifying the natural decline in immune function. Chronic stress, for instance, leads to elevated levels of stress hormones like cortisol, which can suppress immune responses over time. Think of constantly running your car engine at high speed. Eventually, the parts wear down faster. Similarly, prolonged exposure to stress hormones can wear down your immune cells' ability to respond. Poor sleep deprives your body of crucial time for repair and regeneration, including the production of immune cells and cytokines signaling molecules that help regulate immunity. It's during sleep that your immune system does a lot of its maintenance and preparation work. Not getting enough quality sleep means this essential work is compromised. Inadequate nutrition, particularly deficiencies in key vitamins and minerals like vitamin D, C, zinc, and selenium, means your immune cells don't have the necessary building blocks and tools to function optimally. Imagine trying to build something complex without having all the right parts or tools. The job will be harder, and the result might not be as strong. Lack of physical activity can contribute to poor circulation. Reduced lymphatic drainage, the system that helps filter waste and transport immune cells, and can worsen inflammation. Even gentle, regular movement helps keep things flowing and supports overall health, including immune health. The cumulative effect of these factors can significantly accelerate the process of immunosenescence and leave you more vulnerable. While the natural changes in your immune system after 65 are inevitable, the degree to which they impact your health is heavily influenced by these lifestyle factors. Taking proactive steps to manage stress, prioritize sleep, eat a balanced diet, and stay active isn't just about general well-being. It's fundamentally about giving your aging immune system the support it desperately needs to function at its best. It means being mindful of the everyday choices that can either weigh your immune system down or help lift it up. So, we've covered 6 ways your immune system naturally changes after 65: the shrinking thymus and fewer new T cells, the reduced function of existing T cells, changes in B cell antibody production, altered innate immune cell function, the rise of chronic low-grade inflammation inflammaging, and the impact of changes in the gut microbiome, all layered with the cumulative effect of lifestyle factors. It might sound like a lot of challenges, but the truly surprising thing I wanted to share is this: while these changes are natural and happen to everyone, they don't spell doom. Your immune system remains a powerful defender, and critically, it is highly responsive to how you treat your body. The secret isn't some magic pill. It's in the consistent, gentle support you provide through your daily choices. Remembering to get those recommended vaccines isn't just a suggestion. It's a vital strategy to compensate for a less naive immune system. Prioritizing sleep isn't a luxury. It's essential immune maintenance time. Choosing nutrient-dense foods over processed ones is directly feeding your immune cells the tools they need. Finding ways to manage stress, whether through a hobby, mindfulness, or simply connecting with others, helps lower that inflammatory background noise. Staying active, even with gentle walks, improves circulation and immune cell distribution. Supporting your gut health through fiber-rich foods can strengthen that critical connection. These aren't complicated or revolutionary ideas, are they? But their power lies in their consistency. Small, consistent efforts add up to significant support for your aging immune system. It's like tending to a valued, experienced friend. They might need a little more care and understanding than when they were young, but their wisdom and presence are still invaluable. Your immune system is that friend. Respect its journey and support its needs. It's still working hard for you every single day. Don't feel discouraged by the natural changes. Instead, feel empowered by the many ways you can positively influence your body's defenses. Every healthy choice you make is a vote for a stronger, more resilient you. I truly hope this deep dive has been helpful and empowering. Understanding these changes is the first step towards taking informed action. Which of these points resonated most with you? Were there any surprises? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights can be incredibly valuable to others in this community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It tells me I'm creating content that matters to you and helps others find it. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss future videos dedicated to helping you live your best life at every age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, you're not just aging, you're gaining wisdom, experience, and the power to make choices that truly enhance your well-being. Live your best life, vibrant and strong. Whatever your age,